Robert Kelly, the host and writer of Record All Monsters, which is where you will be finding this post, this recording. Mm-hmm. With me, pretty much as always, is my lovely wife and producer of our show, Courtney.
Hi.
And you may notice the sound quality is a bit odd. You may notice this is a different format, and who am I kidding? You clicked on it, so you know we're going to be talking about the Last Voyage of the Demeter.
Yeah.
Which we just saw this second.
It was so good.
Courtney, remember, I keep it family friendly.
Yeah, but you do the Godzilla screeches.
Yeah, okay. Yes, it was so good.
Oh man, the book Dracula is one of my all-time favorites. I haven't read it in a really long time, but like I've seen it as a ballet. I've seen it as a play several times. I've seen most iterations of it, and like this is very unique. I have never seen anything that's like just about the Demeter.
So, I really loved this, first of all, off the bat. I have a weird history with Dracula. It was the first Universal horror movie I saw. I read the book in 3rd grade, right after I saw the movie. And I have, to this day, I think the book is a wonderful story with many, many wonderful ideas that Bram Stoker should have let someone else write.
Yeah. Well,
but
when I read it, I read the annotated version because there are a lot of very random things that I'm sure people in Victorian London would have known, but it's nice to have that background information because I'm a history dork.
Yes, the annotations are nice.
But
so one of the Universal and having the rights to these monsters say that there is no real way to adapt them anymore, and they're kind of right. And we've seen them fumble the ball so many times lately with like Dracula Untold and The Dark Universe. May she rest in peace. This is the way to do it.
yeah,
I feel like
it was so spooky and creepy and atmospheric.
I kept thinking as we were watching it, I love every frame of this movie.
Yeah.
Every second.
He was also giggling like this as people in the movie were getting murdered.
I'm sorry, I don't know if we've talked about it on the show, but I do tend to, when a movie is actually unsettling to me, I do tend to get giddy because I'm pretty desensitized. So I'm like, it's working!
I love that the crew was fairly diverse.
Yeah, I cared about, to a degree, all of the crewmen, even the Russian jerk.
Even the racist Russian.
Which, it's very interesting the way that they made it clear that the rest of the crew thought he was out of line, but also they've sailed with him before. He's their friend. They make a point of that at the beginning when one of them comes off the boat to be like, hey, go line up for this. Because we need extra hands.
Yes.
David Dashmalkian.
He cute.
Probably the biggest name in this movie, and he does a great job.
The captain's played by Davos from Game of Thrones.
I have famously never gamesed a single throne.
And he does an excellent job.
For a couple of hot seconds there, I thought it was Sam Neill, because Sam Neill, one of his stock voices is this wonderful Northern Irish accent. And this actor playing the captain, Captain Elliot, also had a lovely Northern Irish accent.
Yes. Everyone, the acting was amazing.
Every performance was terrific.
A++. Give them all the Oscars.
Yes.
Signed, Courtney.
Let's talk about our Dracula. One, they never say his name, which is that why would they?
She says it, but the girl.
Oh, it's like a second.
But she is the only one who would know.
And she's like also, and it's from how it was cut into the trailer. I was worried that it was going to be a Khan in Star Trek Into Darkness moment, where it was like, they call him, my name is Khan, and then Kirk and Spock are like, oh no, but they have no reason to know who Khan is.
Yeah.
I thought it was going to be one of those, and she was like, and the way it was cut in the trailer made me think that in the actual film, they're trying to get information from her, and she's just like, well, there's this old freak named Dracula. Well, at least that's what we call him.
Yeah. Be warned, though, a dog does die, and it's really yucky.
Look, the story of the Demeter,
there's no survivors.
There's no survivors, which we'll get to spoilers in a little bit. I don't want to spoil anything right off the bat. I'd like to give a fair warning when we get there. So, yeah, we know no one's going to live, and that includes the animals. One of my other loves, besides monster movies, which this was a perfect one, like, I'm probably gonna 5-star it on Letterboxd.
It had very, like, alien, but in a Victorian era ship.
This was a boat movie, okay? And I love boat movies.
Haunted boat.
I love boats, okay? That's something you might not know about me. I love boats. Courtney knows that about me.
Yep.
We went sailing with a friend's parents who own a boat, and I was completely useless on the boat, but also very enthusiastic and supportive of everything that happened.
Up until that time, I had never seen him so happy.
Boats are so cool.
This was before we got married.
Yes,
by the
yes,
way.
I was not happier to sail on a boat than I was to marry Courtney. Boats. That's not what we're talking about. Although, excellent boat movie. One of probably my top 5 boat movies for sure. With John Huston's Moby Dick, Jaws, The Lighthouse. I know they're not actually on a boat, but that's a boat movie.
It's the sea.
It's a boat movie. And others. And the rest.
And the rest.
Like Escape from Return to Gilligan's Island, the public domain television movie. No, that is not one of my favorite boat movies. But this is. It's fantastic. Heartily recommend. 5 stars. 10 out of 10.
The main character was super interesting.
And that's where I want to get into spoilers. So that's your warning. We're getting into spoilers.
Yes. Here is your chance. I'm going to give you some rambling so that you can stop it here if you have not.
Now your chance is over. The movie pulls its final punch and he survives.
Which you kind of expect because of the way that you're introduced to him.
Yes, but
I called it from the very beginning. I was like, he's our final girl.
He was always going to be the final girl, but, this movie did not pull any punches until then.
It didn't.
It killed the dog, it killed the kid, and it hid the dog. It did not hide the kid's death. That shocked me. You see You see old Vlad bite right into that kid's neck.
Poor Toby.
That's the kid's name is Toby.
R.I.P.
We need a prequel, by the way, about the adventures of Toby and Huck on that boat. That would be a great boat movie. I do feel kind of sad that most boat movies are about boat disasters, and we need more just straight up. We're on a boat and everything goes okay.
Yeah.
Movies. Anyway, so yeah, it pulls its final punch with that. There seems to be, I think Universal was really happy with this because there's a couple things I'm pretty sure were reshoots that I think they're going to try and build another dark universe off of this, but hopefully they keep their hands off it and just edit in the inserts they need to connect things, little Easter eggs. For example, Dracula has a wolf's head cane, almost completely identical to the one from the Wolfman. There's just no pentagram on the end.
It's pretty cool.
It's very cool. I have actually been toying. I have a bad knee, and I sometimes have need for a cane, and I have been considering buying a replica of that.
You should.
For that very purpose.
Yes.
Dracula on a boat. What else is there to say? Anyway.
Haunted boat.
Haunted boat. And then the epilogue where it's like, hi, I'm the main character, and I'm gonna be a vampire hunter now. I'm pretty sure Universal probably reshot that. But, you know, I haven't looked anything up about this movie. We literally are just driving home talking about it.
Yeah.
Off the dome, as it were.
It was that part was kind of hokey, but also I kind of loved it.
It was fun. It was fun. It did what it was supposed to do.
Yes.
And so Dracula on a boat. See it.
Plus, you needed some hokiness after all of that.
It's very heavy. It gets very heavy.
All of that heavy realism.
Oh God! And the one of the most beautiful things I've ever seen in a movie was the rosary versus gun trade-off. But that's all I'm gonna say. Courtney just got out to check the mail. I'm going to say goodbye to you. And she's going to say goodbye. She's coming back now. Before she comes back to say goodbye, though, I'll go ahead and do our little sign-off stuff. We have an Instagram at recordallmonsters.pod. We have a Facebook where you just look up Record All Monsters Podcast. We have a Twitter, which is at Monsters Record. It's very good, if I do say so myself. And Season 3 is being worked on. We have interviews scheduled through the end of August and into September. So, yeah, expect Chunk 1 of Season 3 pretty soon. And with that, I'm going to say goodbye.
Bye.
And between now and the next time you hear from us, remember that monsters are your friends.
And also, watch this movie.
Dracula on a boat!
Those two small holes that are leaving their neck. Well, if they were wise, they would soon realize they're not hungover, they're just vampire rascs. Drags back. I wanna suck your drags back. I wanna suck your I'm gonna